She just
in the corner sitting down.
she says she's happy.
She's having screen time.
She's just enjoying the.
Well, she did just drive down here, right, from Statesville.
States
So
Vegas.
she wants to.
She needs to rest.
If you really want
All right,
to
looks
avoid
like we're
this,
live now. So
you can go in the
everybody.
prop room, too.
Are we can we hear everybody too? Mm-hmm. Wow, neat.
Yeah.
I'd like to point, first of all, camera over there, look at him. Look at him. I still don't see it. I know it's not real time. So Brad Borders is here from Purple Heart
Good
Homes.
morning.
Hi, buddy.
Hi,
How
buddy.
are you?
Delightful.
I want to point out that I think before we went live, Brad referred to Woody as Liberace on the board over here on the soundboard. Which
Finger actions, like a Dr. Seuss book.
Cool beans!
Liberace of the board. I've never heard him called that, but
No.
that's your name from now on. That's for sure.
I refuse that nickname. I rebuke it.
I rebuke you.
So, for somebody who hasn't been with us when Brad Borders has been here, he is one of our favorite people in the world, and is the face lately of Purple Heart Homes, as far as we're concerned.
We are hurting, aren't we? We are hurting.
We have Woody, and we still function.
I've officially deemed Brad the PHH supermodel.
We do love you.
So they can, unfortunately, and I say this with love, I don't know that anybody can hear.
You can barely hear Layn. It was like when Bob Saget was here. She had that joke.
It's not a room noise thing. The mics.
Layn is still getting used to where microphones and things are. It's all right. It's all right. It's her second time in studio. We're going to cut her some slack.
No, totally. She just learned that Cool Beans and Chelsea were different people.
It's a big day.
Yeah. I was in the parking lot. I was like, no, they're two totally different human beings. Completely different human beings.
But you know what, Layn, that's what we love about you. It is.
It's a nice way to say it.
Bless your heart.
My heart.
So there's a ton of things that we want to get to with Brad, but one of them, obviously, is the Take That Hill event,
Man.
which is right around the corner, actually.
Yeah, it's October 23rd.
So let's start
insane.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the second year you guys have done it, but explain to somebody who doesn't know why this event is even happening. What's the gist of it?
Yeah, sure. So last year, during the lockdown, fundraising was super difficult, and doing our normal stuff, golf tournaments, people couldn't get together, and so I decided, I saw this dude on Instagram named Phil Guyman, who was a guy that used to race in the Tour de France. I'm a cyclist and love to ride my bike, and but he did like a thing where he rode up and down a hill to the height of Mount Everest and raised over $100,000 in one day for a charity called No Kid Hungry, and I just thought that was really cool. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll find a mountain. I'm no Tour de France guy. I'm old, and I can't do the height of Mount Everest, which is 29,000 something feet. But I decided that, hey, I'll do something difficult that is manageable for me. And so we kind of settled on this number of 10,000 feet. I served in the special operations community, and all of my friends fought on the mountains in Afghanistan. They were all average about 10,000 feet. So it was a good round number, a way to pay tribute to veterans who served. And so I was just going to do it by myself and try to raise a couple $1,000s, and just to do something different, out of the box a little bit. And so then I had some friends that were like, yeah, don't do that by yourself. I'll do that with you. And then Sky Woody, like, yeah, I'll do that with you too. I don't really want to, but I'll do that. And so Woody came and rode with us, and then we got a team called Project Echelon, which is another veterans nonprofit, but they have a professional bike racing aspect to theirs, and they funnel funding into getting veterans on bicycles. And so they partnered with us and sent some pro riders, and the event turned out to be a really just super, outside of what we expected success. And so we were like, hey, that worked. Let's do that again. It was, like we call it, completely stupid, but not utterly pointless. We raised a whole lot more money than we thought we were going to. We ended up meeting a veteran on the mountain that was in great need. He was an amputee from an auto accident many years ago, Vietnam era veteran, who was living in a 12 by 16 old tool shed. So what transpired out of that through the relationship that was developed because we did that event, and he lived on the mountain we were riding, is 4 weeks ago we delivered him a tiny home, and so those are the kind of things that can happen when you do something stupid but not pointless.
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct.
Yeah. So I mean, Woody, you can tell us how stupid it is.
I didn't know what I was getting into because I like to ride bikes too, but we ride different kinds of bikes. I ride mountain bikes on trails, and Brad likes to ride a little bit more on the road. And when he said it's 64 miles and 10,000 feet, I was like, 64 miles. I could probably do that. It's that 10,000 feet that I'm, in Charlotte, I don't get that much elevation gain. And so I only made it 8,000 feet, but I was riding my bike for 5 hours straight. I was in the saddle for 5 hours. And so did 50 miles and 8,000 feet and felt good about myself until I cramped up, and then I was just done. This year, I'm terrified because I know what's coming.
Right. Yeah.
Last year was ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah.
I just go ride my bike. I'm going to go have some fun. And secondarily, have you ever done anything next to a professional that does that? Because Project Echelon, they were great, outstanding people. But when you see a professional athlete and you get to experience it right next to him, just chatting, we're riding up this hill. And he's like, all right, I'll see you later. And it was like I was standing still. He was holding back, just trying to talk to me and have a conversation. And then I felt like he sprinted away.
No, he was just riding.
He was just riding.
Yeah, he was just normal riding.
Mind-blowing what they can do on those bikes.
Yeah, it's impressive for sure. So,
and
so I will say there was a pool going around Purple Heart Homes about how many times Woody would make it up the mountain. And I think the max bet was like 3 laps, right? 3 times up. And you crushed that.
Yeah,
I mean, you crushed it.
I did 10 or 12. I forget what it was.
Yeah,
11 maybe.
Yeah, it was 12. Actually, it was 12. You had to do 12 to get 8,000 easy.
Yeah.
Right? So, and also I would tell you this about Woody. Woody was voted by all of the riders. They were just texting me afterwards. They were like, it was so cool to have Woody out there because Woody was like cheering everybody on. Like
the cheerleader.
He was a cheerleader. He was the Liberace of cheerleaders.
I was actually, and what's weird is they all wear the cycling kit, and I was wearing a cheerleading outfit. It's very difficult to ride with pom-poms.
It was a wonderful day. So October 23rd, we're going to do it all over again. This year it's expanded. We've got an online, a virtual version of Take That Hill that folks can, if folks that use the smart trainers indoors, they can sign up for free and ride along with us. Doesn't matter where they are in the world, they can ride on this platform. And we've created a digital version of Barrett Mountain. And so they can suffer indoors if they want. Maybe it's raining outside in Pennsylvania and you don't want to, or in Maine. I think we have some listeners somewhere, in Spokane, right? And you can get on your digital trainer and ride on this platform called RGT. And this year there's going to be a professionally done live broadcast through Echelon Racing Promotions, which is an offshoot of Project Echelon Racing. And we have the voice of USA Cycling and a guy named Brad Soner, who's going to be doing an hour and a half long live broadcast. So that'll happen. And we'll be streaming that live on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. And folks you don't have to show up at the event to see this. You can tune in live online and watch it. It's going to be pretty cool.
I guess what we didn't mention, and I think people who listen obviously already know, but, Purple Heart Homes is helping, service-connected disabled veterans with all sorts of housing solutions.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that through Take That Hill alone, you got a tiny house for a veteran who needed a place to live.
Yeah.
But there's all sorts of things that Purple Heart Homes does for veterans. And so this is all part of that umbrella. As a matter of fact, Jason on Facebook said Purple Heart Homes built a house for my coworker.
Oh, no kidding.
Mr. Monk in Concord.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Monk.
You guys know Mr. Monk?
Man,
Oh, yeah.
man. Yeah, that was a project that we did in conjunction with Christian McCaffrey and Lowe's through the Lowe's Home Team program. And Mr. Monk's house had extensive termite damage and anyhow repaired that. And unfortunately, he passed away about 2 months after the job was completed. He was a Korean War veteran, but we like to think that the last days of his life were he was surrounded by people that cared about him and loved him, and the whole community really came together to show some respect for him and his service, and so we were thankful to be a part of that.
So apparently what I understand is from last year's Take That Hill event, there was a photo of Woody that started circulating somehow, and it led to you guys actually getting a big donation from some sort of vendor.
Yeah, it was actually this year's photo. So, we're trying to raise money for Purple Heart Home. So Brad reaches out and says, hey, I need a mugshot. I need a photo of you and a reason why you're riding. And naturally, I've crashed. You guys have talked about it on the air quite extensively. I've crashed a time or two on my bike. So I sent him a picture after one of my wrecks with blood on my face, still wearing the cycling helmet. And it was pretty cool. And I think your response was typical or something like that.
Typical. Yeah.
Typical.
Typical.
And these great folks at Hardcore Hammers who help out Purple Heart Homes were scrolling through the riders, and they're like, hey, what's this guy's deal? The bloody guy right there with the helmet on. Yeah. We want to sponsor him.
Yeah, and they did. And they sponsored him. By the way, I brought one of their products in. This is the Hardcore Hatchet, right? And so it's a co-branded tool. They have, should I say cool beans for that?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, cool beans, right? All right. So, but they have framing hammers that have Purple Heart Homes burnt into the handle. And so what happens is Hardcore Hammers makes these hatchets, the hammers. They make an axe now for us, and what they call a tire thumper, which is basically it's a billy club. And it says Purple Heart Homes on it. They all have purple handles. And they donate 25% of every one of these sales into an account. And that through the year's sales, that's what they donated to sponsor Woody, and it turned out to be our basically our title sponsor for the year. So for the event.
So, what I thought was interesting, correct me if I'm wrong, is when they saw the picture of Woody, they didn't know he was a radio guy or that you had worked with him.
No idea.
They just said, "Who's the guy who came up bloody from a bike ride?"
Right. And so they chose him over Colonel Don Franklin, who's a Green Beret and fought in Afghanistan.
Right. They're pitching other people. They're like, this guy's nickname's Rambo. He's the badass of the group.
Right.
He's hitting over 55 miles an hour on the downhill and crushing the uphill. And they're like, no. We want the fat, bloody guy.
They figured you weren't going to get anybody else in your corner, probably, right?
You think it was a sympathy vote? Is that what it is, Chelsea? Come on.
I feel bad for that guy. So, yeah, it turned out being, and they are phenomenal people. And we made a really stupid TikTok video with me chucking a simulated hatchet throw and riding a bicycle at the same time. It's super dangerous. Don't try that at home. But
got it.
But can you wear a helmet next time? Wear a helmet.
Yeah, I will.
I offered the helmet to
Thank you.
Yeah, I should have. I should have worn one that was too small. I had a too small of a bike and needed too small of a helmet, which would have looked ridiculous. So.
Well, obviously, one way people can, you're not encouraging people to just show up and ride. That's not what this is about.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah.
So all the information is on their website, which we'll put in the link if we haven't already, but phhusa.org, I believe, is the way to find the Purple Heart Homes website for Take That Hill and for all kinds of stuff. Huge shout out, by the way, to not only Window Nation, but also Lake Norman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Yeah, we had an awesome call with Eric from Window Nation yesterday, and we met them because of you guys, right? Because of the relationship. And they are coming alongside us to help supply windows and doors for our tiny homes. But they're also in about 20 some markets where we also have remodel projects going on where we have need, and they were just it was an incredible phone call. Very, very kind and generous folks that are going to help us, down the way and help a lot, paying it forward for a lot of veterans. And then Lake Norman Jeep, they have sponsored an entire tiny house, and we've built it. It's being finished right now, and we're going to tote it down to their facility. It's going to be on display there for their customers to come in and hear more about our tiny home program, and then that one will eventually go into Iredell County, and perhaps we'll be working with our homeless shelter in a veterans transition program for that particular tiny house. But big shout out to and thanks to Lake Norman Jeep and Chrysler. They were fantastic.
So glad that worked out, because I remember when we first started working with Window Nation, they were like, "What charities do you guys?" And we, first thing we were like, "Well, you should be working with Purple Heart Homes," and
It was so cool.
that was a while ago, and I'm glad it finally has come to fruition. That's awesome.
That was how the call opened. You guys know William Wilcox? And I was like, yeah.
How much do you hesitate to admit to that?
Yeah. Is this bad? Right? Am I in trouble?
Right, is this a police department? Are we their emergency contact?
Yeah. So, but yeah, super neat.
Is there anything? So I know one of the other things that's happening is first of all, we all thought we were going to go to Spokane like a month ago.
Yeah.
And then COVID derailed it. But I know you guys were still working with a veteran in Spokane.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can throw out there now in case somebody in Spokane sees this that would help?
I do know that for that particular project, we were in search of a general contractor out there. I don't have an update on that particular project, but yeah, I mean, we continue to take applications from all over the country. We've really had an incredible year with a lot of when I say in the number of veterans helped this year, it's probably going to be top. It's going to be well over 100 veteran projects done this year, and so we're really looking good for next year, and we've sealing up some big grants and so that we can be mission forward, and continue this thing. With everything kind of falling apart in Afghanistan, and there's a lot of veterans that. Maybe they served there and they served in Iraq and they've been out for a few years. And, it's this generation that is getting older now, right? So I'm an Iraq veteran. I'm 56,
right.
And so this generation of warriors is getting older. And so the need is going to continue on, even though our posture, our force posture across the world is not what it was 10 years ago. The residual effects of combat continue to go on for decades into the future. And so we want to be there. We want to position ourselves to be there to take care of those veterans for the next 50 years.
Right. And I wanted to point out the Spokane thing because obviously Take That Hill is the event that's coming up, and that's North Carolina centric sort of, but wherever you are, wherever you see us, either they have a chapter or they want to start a chapter.
Yes.
And that's one of those things that, we were excited to do when we went to Alaska with Purple Heart Homes, was help them start a chapter, because that's the way you guys grow. And so if you're seeing this and you don't know if there's a Purple Heart Homes chapter near you, find out. Go to their website, and if you want to volunteer or you want to help start a chapter or you just want to donate, all of those are options.
We just started. We've got a new chapter in Jacksonville, and they did their first project on Sunday, and it was started by some F3 guys down there. So for those, around the Charlotte area, but really F3's kind of everywhere now. But F3 is kind of a men's fitness, underground, organic men's fitness thing that focuses on leadership and community involvement. And so some F3 guys got together and said, "Yeah, we want to be a part of this." This all started with Take That Hill last year, when the guy that's leading the charge down there bought a flag for his veteran father, and then we ended up talking about that. And the reason we kept talking about it is because his package got lost in the mail when we mailed the flag to his dad, and it went to the wrong address, and so we ended up having to have a phone conversation about that. And he was like, "Hey, I'm interested in starting a chapter," and lo and behold, they got it started, and they did their first project on Sunday. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. And this year, Purple Heart Homes and Take That Hill, we have a listener from Alaska that's coming into North Carolina. Flying with his bike just to ride.
Yeah, he's a veteran. And not only that, I think, and Jared, if you're listening, forgive me, but I think he took 8th. His team took 8th at the Best Ranger competition in 2008 or 9.
So not a slouch.
No, not a slouch. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. He's flying all the way down here to do this, and he's also he's a veteran that rides for Project Echelon, kind of like I do with Project Echelon. They have a pro race team, and then what they do is they support veterans in their fitness goals, and they provide coaching and access to new equipment. And Jared is one of those cyclists, so he wanted to be a part of it. So it's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
And he listens to you guys too.
That's his one flaw.
It'll bring him down eventually.
That's right. That's right.
Josh in Oregon. God bless you from Oregon. You guys rock.
Amen. Thank you, Oregon.
So yeah, I don't know, Josh. Maybe this is time you start your Purple Heart Homes chapter in Oregon. Do you guys have some in Oregon?
We got something. We got something brewing, pretty strong in Seattle right now. But Oregon, we would love to have some presence in Oregon.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it would be fantastic.
that'll happen. What else do we need to get out there?
I got
What
a
else?
viral TikTok video.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
For-
do. Straight up
did you
viral
dance?
TikTok video. I did not dance.
Lip sync.
Goodness.
No.
What was
Keep
it?
guessing.
Marriage tips.
I opened a box of gourmet ice cream sandwiches.
What?
Yeah. So here's the funny thing. My brother sent me a box of ice cream sandwiches for my birthday. Didn't know what they were. And I grabbed it off the porch. And my wife I said, let's open it. I'm going to film it. We're going to put it on TikTok. Right. But I really just wanted to thank my brother. Right. Mm-hmm. And I made it was way over the top, my reaction. Ooh, oh, look at this. Right. And this company is called, what is it? Nightingale Ice Cream Company in Richmond, Virginia. Right. And they have Cookie Monster, strawberry shortcake.
Nice.
And then they have one called the Pain Chiller, right? And so we're just reading off the names of these ice cream sandwiches, right? And I'm just making comments. And then I ended the video, and I kind of ended the video, and Tammy's like, well, which one do you want to eat? And I'm like, all of them. She says, no, which one? All of them, right? And that's how we ended the video. And I put it up on TikTok, 1.8 million views, right? I have no idea why. I have no idea. People are demanding taste tests, right? And so then we had to do another one. Me and Rambo did one, and Rambo's wife, we did one with where we taste tested the strawberry shortcake and the Cookie Monster. That got like 300,000 views. And then we did what else did we do? We did the Pain Chiller and the key lime pie.
And they
right?
really loved Tammy's nails.
And, oh yeah, and people said, and then some other guy. There were like 20 people that said, "You sound like Negan from The Walking Dead." Right? And then so I got in conversations with people on there, and I was like, I quit watching that after Negan hit that guy with the baseball bat, right? Because he killed Glenn, right? If you watch The Walking Dead,
Hey, spoiler alert.
this is a long time ago, right? It's a long time ago, right?
This is like 5 years ago.
I was like, oh my gosh, Glenn's dead. I'm never watching that again. And I thought Negan was like this evil, awful person. Evidently, Negan turned nice, right? So he's nice.
Spoiler
Negan
alert
now.
again.
Right?
So TikTok is helping you with The Walking Dead?
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It helped me fill in some context, right? Because I literally did not watch another episode after.
It's my dream to eat food on camera for a living. Fully clothed.
Right.
Just me.
Right.
I love gourmet ice cream sandwiches.
No
This
kidding.
is my dream. See you guys some other time. I'm going home.
You can monetize your TikTok account by just eating ice cream sandwiches and saying how good they are.
It is crazy. So TikTok, we are not like, I think we have 14 followers on TikTok.
Right.
We're not really big on the
Right.
TikTok yet, but
Right.
it's like amazing how quickly stuff goes viral.
You just have to do one stupid thing.
Yeah.
And it's one stupid thing that people want. Tammy and I were doing marriage pro tips. That's what we were doing. That was kind of our shtick. We had a shtick.
Right.
And I would just do random numbers, marriage pro tip number 34. And get up in the morning and make your wife coffee, right? And it was just kind of little dumb things. And
Right.
and we had a couple people that were watching that because we've been married for 30 years. Right. And I was like, look, I've been married for 30 years. Perhaps we've done something right. Perhaps it's some of the little things that we do together that might make a marriage last. So let's share those with other people. Let's just don't hold on to that.
Sure.
But what ended up happening is like the ice cream sandwiches went viral. Nobody cared about the marriage pro
Right.
tips,
I
right?
don't care about marriage. Just
But
food.
then they started going back and watching the marriage pro tips.
Right.
So hopefully somebody's gleaning some wisdom.
Did you gain like a ton of followers from that?
Yeah, I went from like 42 followers, and I think it's like I'm up at 3,700 now. So in a week.
Okay.
It really is the weird. Like, I
It's-
dressed up as a Harry Potter and jumped in a pool. Viral.
You did do that.
I did
But
do
not only that, but you jumped into a pool and you had like an inflatable broom that you were sitting on,
I did.
and you jumped into a pool.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and that got like 1.5 million views.
What? We do dumb stuff daily.
Yeah.
Why are we not just doing this? I actually made Frank do an exercise. I'm like, we're gonna have to start putting our videos up on TikTok
Got
because
to.
of stuff like this.
Got
So,
to. Yeah. Yeah, and you can make some connections with some crazy people out there.
When ultimately, I'm hoping some of these people are finding Purple Heart homes from your gourmet
Yeah.
ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, and really, if that's the case, if we had to eat some ice cream sandwiches to get people to pay attention to Purple Heart Homes, that's a win.
That's a tough
That's
life.
a win-win.
Because the ice cream sandwiches were freaking awesome. Man. They were so good.
I mean, yeah, that's the best of all worlds, right?
I know.
there.
I had some good ones the other day too. Now we have to talk off the air
So
about that.
evidently they have those ice cream sandwiches. Or someone sent me a comment, said they're available in Charlotte somewhere.
Great
Yeah.
gift from your brother, by the way.
Oh, strong. Yeah. Oh, and then he sent my son some Big Bob Gibson's barbecue with brisket and pulled pork and a whole chicken out of Alabama or somewhere. And so we did the unboxing of that. And that got like 10,000 views.
Well, if your brother wants to send me some kind of food, I would gladly make a video.
I'll tell him. Hey, Steve, Chelsea, send it to iHeartRadio.
Right.
She wants food. It's particularly ice cream sandwiches so she can eat on TikTok.
Jeff wants to know if TikTok is just for stupid stuff.
Actually, well, mostly, yeah. But there are some people that do some super interesting things on there. There's people that teach you. You can learn how to do stuff. There's whole channels for how to, work on your car. I think it's the new YouTube, right? There's more. Actually, TikTok has more viewers than YouTube now. There's more people watching TikTok videos. I think it's because it went away from. It's not just about people doing silly dancing or voiceovers of movies and things like that. But there are people that have like there's some guys out there that they do metal detecting, right? And they go to old Civil War, Revolutionary War sites, and then they do videos of what they find, right? But they do history lessons in the midst of it. It's kind of cool. And then there's another guy that's like really interested in returning vacant land in the South to its natural habitat so that we can reconstitute the ecosystem. The reason we've lost our honeybees is because we've destroyed their natural habitat. And so he goes and replants native plants, and he does all these TikTok videos on that. Super interesting.
My For You page is just Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're probably getting more views on the ice cream than he's getting on the plants, though.
He's actually got a lot of followers.
Really?
A lot of them. Yeah. Yeah. He's very passionate about the ecosystem.
Well, that's all it takes. You just got to
But
be
he's
passionate.
super nice about it, right? He's not like mean and
Right.
making people feel guilty. He's just giving people solutions.
Right.
But yeah. But TikTok does have a lot of dumb stuff on it too.
Completely stupid, but not utterly pointless.
But most of it's pointless. Yeah.
All right. Well, go to the Purple Heart Homes website and find out about Take That Hill and all the other cool stuff that they're doing at Purple Heart Homes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And let me just say, hey, to all the folks that are riding in this event, whether that are coming out, our friends from Project Echelon, our friends from Iredell County that are coming out to suffer alongside us, to guys who have names like Fenway and Mike Honcho and Rambo and all these cool nicknames that we have for people, and we dearly love them. I do have, Layn, we brought these are the flags that we're going to be carrying up to the top of the hill. So if you want to sponsor a flag in honor of a veteran, or this year we're doing Purple Heart Homes flags if you want to sponsor a caregiver. I had a veteran, I was on a radio program called the Disgruntled Veterans Radio Network, which is an online radio program. And the guy that runs that purchased a Purple Heart Homes flag for his mom because his mom cared for him when he got back from Iraq and he was all messed up, And so you can do that. You can buy one of these flags. We'll lovingly carry these to the top of Barrett Mountain, and then we will send them to the veteran or loved one of your choice, and with great care and kindness, and it'll be something that they can be thankful for, and where you can pay your respects and show honor to them, and then pay it forward for a veteran in need down the road.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Oh, you ended that so sweetly.
Now I'm
Cool.
going to cry.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to
that
go,
was so heartfelt.
and then I'll